What do you want your legacy to be?
I think I would want my legacy to be the world remembering how good I was at basketball.
How good you were at basketball.
Yeah.
So I'm assuming that's your favorite
Yeah.
sport.
Yes, sir.
How did you get into that?
Eighth grade, I was a really short person, so I was playing football, but then I had a growth spurt. And then my coach was all like, join the basketball team. So then I found passion in playing basketball.
So that's like your go-to hobby.
Yeah, playing basketball, sports in general.
Yeah. What do you want your legacy to be?
I want my legacy to be something that, everyone remembers. Like, I want the next 5 generations of my family to know who I am and respect me. You know how it is.
You want those generations to respect you.
Honestly, like, a lot of people, they get forgotten in their family. People forget what they come from, but I want people to know who I am. Like, people should remember me, and I don't want to be forgotten. I'm going to be honest.
Yeah. Is there anything that you want to be remembered for?
Like, in general, probably something I invented, something good I did,
So you want to like maybe create something that has like a positive impact on the world in some sense.
I want to be remembered for, like, right now, I own a business. I'm 16. I want to be remembered for being hardworking, like, all the time, my whole life, always doing something new. Like, I want to be a firefighter when I grow up. So, I want to always be out there, something new every day, try and save people, do good during my job, and hopefully make the best out of everything.
What do you want your legacy to be?
I want my legacy to be something that when I'm in my deathbed, like, I could be proud of. I could look back and say I truly lived a life that truly had a meaning. I truly fulfilled my purpose, and I reached my full potential, and I fulfilled my future generations.
So what kind of legacy do you want to leave on? How do you want to make that impact on the future?
Truly by doing anything, by serving the people, like helping others. Anything that inspires happiness is important, because truly right now we live in a world that there's a lot of negative things, and there's a lot of hate. There's not a lot of empathic people, and we have to, like, promote that. Like, the goodness of our hearts has to truly be expressed, because that's, like, the most important thing at the end of the day,
What do you want your legacy to be?
Genuinely, like, my legacy, I want to leave off, like, a musician, like, you know what I'm saying? My past as a musician, like, that's what I want to leave off for my kids, and, like, for the people out there to really listen to my stuff and feel it and really, like, invoke the feeling that I was trying to give to them. You know what I mean? So that's really what I want, to express my feelings in my music to everybody.
So you make music and you want to share that with the world.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
What kind of music do you make?
I make rap, R&B. I do a couple. I like to sing too, so that's where the R&B come in. So yeah, I'm very versatile in that music stuff. For sure.
Okay. What do you want your legacy to be?
Honestly, I just want to show, like, a positive, like, effect, even if it's small, like, because even with my mom and the way that I was raised, like, it's about helping others when you, like, can. Honestly, if I could be remembered, it has to be some kind of art. I love to, like, make art. I do a little graffiti. I like to make music with my boy, but, like, it's really more on, like, an emotional level where, like, people should understand that we're all human, and, like, you should really, like, give to each other and understand each other instead of judging.
What do you want your legacy to be?
Just a positive legacy, like leaving with boxing. I want to make an impact in boxing and make a lot of money, with that. Leave a legacy there. Obviously, like, do something for my own culture, leave an impact on that, and just have people remember me for being a helpful person in my community and just being a really good world-class boxer.
What is it that got you interested in boxing?
At a young age, I used to get picked on, and I used to be, like, out of shape, so I used to do it just for that.
So you were kind of motivated to say, hey, I can't let these people be picking on me. I need to learn how to be able to defend myself, fight, and things like that. So that's what got you into it.
Yeah, most definitely. It was getting too much, and then I was just out of shape. I was, like, young, so I was like, nah, this is not healthy. So, and then eventually, I did it just for, like, working out, but then I eventually, like, started liking the sport, and I started taking it seriously.
So now it's actually become like a thing you love and you're passionate about it.
Yeah, so I almost definitely want to leave, like, an impact on that sport, leave my name. I want people to remember my name as one of the greats.
What do you want your legacy to be?
Really, I just want to make it in basketball, make a name for myself, go D1, probably try to go to the league. If I don't make it to the league, I know I'm going to go overseas. So, yeah, I really just want to make it in basketball.
So what do you want your legacy to be?
My legacy, I wouldn't really say nothing with sports just like them, but nobody's ever rich in my family, so if I could be the first one to be rich in my family, that would be chill.
So you want to kind of be the first person who kind of changes your family tree.
Yeah. My mom, she grew up broke in Miami. She moved here to Broward for more of an opportunity, and I feel like if I could be financially stable, I can help people like her. I can maybe make an impact on people I meet. I know sometimes I ask people that are rich, I ask for advice and stuff like that. So if I could be the person that people ask, I wouldn't have a problem putting out information.
So you mentioned that, for example, if you talk to somebody who is wealthy, you ask them for advice.
Yeah, of course. I always ask them because I feel like if you learn from different people, especially in different businesses, I feel like it's more of an opportunity. And since I'm young, I don't really know what I want to do yet. So if they can always give me an opportunity or option, I always take it.
Okay, so you realize that there are some people who have more experience, maybe they're a little older from a previous generation, and you're seeking that guidance and that wisdom from them.
Yeah, of course.
Who are some of your favorite basketball players that have inspired you?
James Harden, Paul George, and LeBron James, of course.
Okay. So what is it about each of those three players that you like about their game and they inspire your game?
Well, first off with LeBron, he was the youngest NBA player to get scouted or whatever because he didn't go to college. He went straight to the NBA after high school. So I find that really inspiring. And then Paul George, he's just so fluent with the game, no mistakes. He gets where he needs to be every time. And then Harden is just my favorite player, I'm not going to lie. I just like how he plays. It's pretty cool.
Yeah. Who do you think is going to win the finals?
Oh, Indiana Pacers. Okay, see, they just beat my team. Like, what?
And who's your team?
Minnesota Timberwolves.
Okay, so you're like, anyone but the Thunder. You just don't want the Thunder to win.
Anyone but the Thunder.
Did you see that game winner from Halliburton last night?
Mm-hmm.
What did you think of that?
Oh, I was ecstatic. I was laughing. I was dying with laughter. I was like, ooh, Shea, I hate him. I hate him with a passion. Oof.
And why do you dislike Shea? Is there any reason why you dislike Shea besides the fact that he beat your team?
He's a free throw merchant.
A free throw matron.
Yep. Merchant.
What's that mean?
He only can get his points for free throws. No free throws, I think he averages like 13 points per game without free throws. No, he's not a superstar. I've said this, he's not a superstar.
So you think that he's overhyped?
All right, not overhyped, but I don't like him.
So besides athletes, who are some of the people who have inspired you the most in your life?
Mostly my mom, just because she's a single parent. She raised me and my 6 other siblings by herself most of our lives. So I very much aspire to be like her when I grow up.
She worked hard to raise y'all. What kind of values does she put into your life that you want to carry down?
First off, treat others the way you would want to be treated. Always treat elders with respect. And, what's that one saying she says? It's something like, always help. Give a helping hand to others when it's needed. So I always kept that to heart. So whenever I see people struggling, I usually try to give them money if I have it. Or obviously with respect. I always respect people no matter what.
Right. Do you plan on passing those values down to your kids as well?
Of course. That's a need.
Yeah.
I don't want my kids to be arrogant and everything. I can't have that.
Right. Who is the person who's inspired you the most in your life?
My mom.
How does she inspire you?
I remember she told me because she used to live in Peru, right? Both of my parents did. And she did a career in journaling over there. And then she moved with my dad to the United States. And as I was growing up, once they had me here, she used to tell me, I sacrificed everything for you. And I stopped working and I stopped my career fully to raise you. And that, as I grew up and as I continue growing up, I keep understanding the importance of her role in my life. It's very important to me because she's truly impacted my life. She's always been there for me. She's constantly pushed me to truly excel to what I truly could be. That's the most powerful form of love.
So you appreciate the sacrifice she's made for you.
Indeed.
Who's the person who inspires you the most?
I think there's a lot of people who inspire me, like my parents. There was this one teacher I had last year, actually. She was my religion teacher. Her name is Miss Adrian. Well, she's Dr. Adrian now, actually. And the way she teaches us, she doesn't teach us try to make us get good grades. She tries to make us learn. She tries to, what she likes to call it, she likes to evangelize the Holy Spirit onto us and bring us to Christianity. Like she's lived a very faithful life, and I strive to be like that, actually.
So she's made a difference in your life by the way she shared her values with you and taught you how to think about them.
Absolutely.
So are there any musicians who have inspired you?
Definitely a couple musicians that inspire me. I want to say Juice WRLD. Juice WRLD definitely inspired me. He's very lyrical. I want to say Tupac. He's very like confident in what he wants, and you know what I'm saying, and what he does. So I feel like he's a really good inspiration. Like no matter what facade or no matter what character you try to put on, you know what I'm saying, you always gonna be you, and it's good to show that. So that's what Tupac showed me, genuinely.
So he had authenticity that you appreciated. Who inspired you in terms of what you want to do?
So I'd probably say like my brother. Other people of such probably like in more like famous levels. I would have to say maybe even like Will Smith, where like he came from a low and really like came up, or like, you know, just like anyone really like working hard. You could see they worked hard from like a jump, and they didn't just get it easy and really showed and use it as a positive like aspect. Because like a lot of people, they'll use their money, get up, and then just flex. And I don't think that's right. I think that we are here on this world to help each other out as a unity and not just like separate, you know?
Right. And so you mentioned your brother.
I mean, he's always been like, he's kept everything together no matter the mess that he's made or anything. And he keeps his life private, but still always tries to help others no matter what. He's really like a respectful guy. He does what he got to do.
It's cool. So he inspires you in terms of his character.
Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah, no doubt.
So what are some of the values and beliefs that you have that you want to pass down to the next generation?
So, you know what I mean? I don't think you meant religiously, but I would say like, you know what I'm saying, my values are just God first. At the end of the day, the Lord is above all. So, you know what I mean? Like you're going to do your thing, but make sure you look, you know what I'm saying, look up before you do it, because, you know, actions do have consequences. So my beliefs are just do good by yourself and the Lord, and everything should go your way, genuinely.
What about you? What values do you have that you want to pass down to the next generation?
I mean, honestly, it's God first, but I believe in like unity, health, and like just humility and understanding. And with that, I feel like everyone should be blessed. Just like if you see someone in need, you can help them. Absolutely help them. But God always comes first, because he'll give you that understanding and that perspective through the word and everything.
Right. So you both have these spiritual values that you have. Is there somebody in your life that implanted those spiritual values, or did you kind of discover them for yourself?
For sure. I would say, you know, I feel like most people would have their parents, you know what I'm saying, invoke that thought and that, you know what I'm saying, that mindset into them. But, you know, obviously as you grow, you develop your own mind and, you know, your own feelings towards situations. So, yeah, I would feel like my mom did start me off. But as I start to learn more about the Lord and actually pay attention, I started to put myself into it by my own doing. So I would say now it's by myself, yeah.
Yeah, no, what my boy said. I mean, like my mom started it, but I think she gave me like a off perspective where it's like you have to be perfect to like make it out or like anything or like have a relationship. But honestly, it's really a relationship of care. Like people make mistakes. There's no such thing as a perfect relationship, and we're made of sin.
Yeah.
So honestly, I believe that with impurity, you can find the value of like love and care, because you're honestly trying to be a better person knowing that you were made imperfect.
Who are some boxers that you watch that inspire you?
Most definitely Floyd Mayweather. Just his mentality, just with money, and just his work ethic and his just hard work and determination. Sugar Ray Leonard is a good one just to study. I like Roberto Duran. I like Manny Pacquiao. I like just a whole bunch of fighters. I like brawlers, like people who are not afraid to get hit and, you know, can actually hit, and just not boring fighters. You know, just anybody who's willing to actually put on a show for the fans. So that's who I try to be, and just try to make the most money.
Are there any particular basketball players who inspire you?
Yeah. When I was younger, I used to watch. I grew up watching Russell Westbrook. So, feel me? I got the dog in me like him.
So that's that. Like, what do you like about his game? He's a dog. Like, what else?
He was unstoppable. He rebounded the ball. He's averaging a triple double. Feel me? Bouncy guard, dunking on people. I loved it.
Is there anybody who inspires you the most?
I I mean, I used to play sports, but someone that still inspires me is Kyrie Irving. He's always like, besides being a great basketball player, he always gave good advice. I always listen to his advice. He would always just talk about how you only live once, do everything you want to do, things like that, you know.